Awkward.
Does this look familiar? Of course it does. Everyone's been there. That awkward moment when you know you want to say something, but you're just stuck.
Just show you're there for them. Go on, Kelly. Seize the awkward.
Hey, you haven't really been yourself lately. Are you okay?
See, awkward silence can be a good thing. It can be the perfect moment to reach out to a friend and make sure they're okay. And having that conversation now about your friend's mental health can keep something much worse from happening. So why not seize the awkward? We all know we need to take care of our physical health, but our mental health is just as important. You know, we all have feelings of sadness, anxiety, worry, even irritability at times. But when these feelings get very strong, last for a long period of time, and get in the way of things like home, school, even relationships, it's a sign that we could use some help. Now, sometimes when people are really struggling and feel hopeless, they can have thoughts like, I can't do this anymore, or everyone would be better off if I wasn't around, or even, I wish I were dead. When someone ends their own life, we say they died by suicide. The hard thing to understand about suicide is that someone who is thinking about it doesn't really want to end their life. They want their emotional pain to stop, or they see it as a solution to a problem. But suicide is a really complex issue, and there isn't one simple answer to what causes someone to end their life. We do know that suicide is preventable, and there are many ways we can help if we're worried about someone, which is why we're here today. We want you to learn how to know the signs, find the words, and reach out if you're worried about someone. Knowing when to reach out might be hard if you don't know what you're looking for, and knowing what to say can sometimes feel, well, awkward. Seize the Awkward is a campaign that focuses on the idea that it might feel a little weird or even difficult to speak to your friend about your concerns about them. The main thing, though, is that if you accept the awkward feeling as natural, you can move past the awkwardness and start a helpful and meaningful conversation. So, is your friend going through a tough time? Let's take a look at what Seize the Awkward has to say.
How to know if you should reach out to a friend. Your friend might be
Worried,
Sad,
grumpy,
Angry,
stressed,
weird, rebellious,
anxious,
antisocial,
lonely,
sleeping less,
sleeping more.
eating less.
eating more.
Look, there are a lot of things to watch out for, but you know your friend best. So if they're not acting themselves, why not say something?
Exactly. Why not say something? There's a number of signs to watch out for, and you know your friends best, so trust your gut. Here are some more examples of what a friend in distress might look like. They might be so anxious that they can't relax. Maybe they're taking more risks than usual, or they're taking more drugs or drinking more, which a lot of times is known as self-medicating. Maybe their mind seems to be somewhere else, or they've gotten really negative about life. They might say things like, why even try? Or what's the point anymore? Maybe they don't feel like hanging out as much, so they're isolating or withdrawing themselves. Maybe they're not acting like themselves and they're more irritable than usual. They might even talk about feeling hopeless, like they don't think they will ever feel better, or they think that their situation will never change, or maybe they're even harming themselves. Let's say you recognize the warning signs and you realize you should say something, but how exactly do you start that conversation? How do you find the words? A lot of people are worried that talking might make things weird between them and their friend, but everyone should know that it's possible and pretty easy to help someone. Just by having a conversation, you're helping to support your friend and keep them safe. Let's take a look at what Seize the Awkward has to say about starting the conversation.
How to start that conversation with your friend about their mental health. First, make sure you aren't too far away. Closer. Closer. Whoa, 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 too close. Now ask something open-ended, like, you all good?
Are you all good?
Or is everything okay?
Is everything okay?
Well done, awkward teenage actor.
Actually, no. Thanks for asking.
Okay, so they make that seem really simple, but honestly, it could be. It's understandable that talking to your friend about mental health might seem scary, but reaching out when you're feeling down or when you see a friend struggling can make a huge difference. Let's take a listen to what it actually feels like to have these conversations with a friend and why it's so important.
Hi, my name is Markiplier. I run a YouTube channel, but today I'm here to talk to you about the awkward moment in trying to talk to your friends. Mental health is an interesting subject because everybody knows about it, but nobody really knows how to talk about it. No matter how much experience you have, there's no easy way to tell your friend that they seem off. Me and my friend Tyler, we've known each other since 4th grade. When I reach out to Tyler, it's because I see him hurting. And I see him being affected by the pressures of his life, bringing him down, and he needs to hear that I'm there for him. As soon as you see that kind of person start to close off and throw up walls, that's when you know that something's going wrong. Tyler and I have such an understanding that the moment that we need to talk to each other, all we have to do is, hey, something's wrong with you. You need to talk about this. And then we start talking about it for a couple hours. For those who have new friends or just see the signs in someone and yet don't know them very well, that open dialogue is only welcome. If you really care about someone and you really want to help, you understand that the signs may be there and they may not want to talk about it. But it's always important to keep those lines of communication available. If not open, at least available. Let them know that you care enough to be there when they need it.
Sometimes we might feel like we have to find the right words when we want to start the conversation, but actually, there's a lot of different ways that we can open the conversation. So here are some examples.
Seems like you haven't been yourself lately. What's up?
I know you are going through some stuff. I'm here for you.
Maybe it's me, but I was wondering if you were all right.
Hey, where have you been? Missed you at practice.
Is there anything you want to talk about?
I know life can be overwhelming sometimes. So, if you need to talk, I'm here.
When you're trying to reach out, don't feel like you have to be a mental health expert. Again, just be a friend. So this means listen up and let them take the lead. Avoid offering advice or trying to fix their problems, and let them know it's okay to feel the way that they do, and it's okay to get help. Maybe even offer to look for help together. Now, if what your friend is telling you really worries you, don't keep it to yourself. Tell an adult. And if it's an emergency, like you think your friend is going to take their own life, call 911. If it's not an emergency, but you are concerned about your friend, or maybe you're just looking for more support for yourself, there's always the suicide prevention helpline, which you don't just have to call, you can always text too. Also, think about who in your life you can talk to. Not sure? Here's a whole list of helpful resources. And remember, it's okay to ask for help.
It doesn't make you weak to ask for help. It doesn't. It doesn't make you weak to ask for a friend, to go to a therapist. It shouldn't make you feel weak to ask anyone for help. And you should be able to ask anyone for help. And everyone has to help someone if they need it.
Hello,
My name is Dr. Demola Karat, and I am the proud superintendent of Peoria Public Schools. I wanted to thank you for taking the time to listen and learn ways to help yourself or a friend. Remember, each and every one of you is very, very important to us. So if you or a friend is struggling, please reach out, let us know. There are adults who are available to assist. Thank you so much.
Resources for this program were adapted from Seize the Awkward and Know the Signs campaigns. And thank you to each and every agency collaboration and to the organizations that help make our mental health programs possible.